This weekly crop review is brought to you by ASR Group, Belize Sugar Industries Limited. For week 5 of the 2015-2016 sugarcane crop season, the factory milled 49,616 tons of cane. So far, for the 5 weeks of crop, the factory has milled a total of 204,836 tons of cane. That is 49,001 tons less than what was milled last year, when the factory milled 253,837 tons of cane. Taking a look at sugar production, 4,318 tons of the sweetener was produced for week 5, and a total of 17,648 tons for the 5 weeks of crop. That figure is much less than the 29,357 tons produced last year. For the 5th week of crop, the factory worked at a grinding rate of 7,088 tons cane per day, 5,852 tons cane per day for the 5 weeks of crop, and last crop the grinding rate stood at 7,252 tons cane per day. The report on cane quality shows that for week 5, juice purity for 6-press stood at 83.76%, 83.62% for the 5 weeks of crop, and 87.90% last year. For the 5th week of crop, it took 11.49 tons of cane to produce 1 ton of sugar. For the 5 weeks of crop, TCTS stands at 11.61. Last year, it stood at 8.65. As for the sugar extracted from the cane, 95.45% was recorded for this week, 94.78% for the 5 weeks of crop, and 95.17% last year during the same period. This week, factory time efficiency stood at 98.07%, 94.10% for the 5 weeks of crop, and 97.08% last crop. Cañeros, cañeras, el porcentaje de lodo en la caña hasta la fecha es de 5.31, que es superior a la del año pasado, que fue de 3.64. Cañeros, eviten el uso de los empujadores de caña con el fin de reducir la cantidad de lodo entregado a la fábrica. Amontone la caña al tamaño del agarrón de la cargadora. Levante la caña en vez de empujarlo antes de cargar. This weekly crop review was brought to you by ASR Group, Belize Sugar Industries Limited.